Welcome, Unicorn Sisters, to the Unicorn Pasture. And I am Macy from the Love Advantage and Love Vibe TV, helping single women fall in love. And yesterday, I came out here to talk about those feelings of feeling like you're doing it all wrong, and when you kind of want to give up because you really truly believe that you're broken and that there really truly is something wrong with you. And I hope you had a chance to watch that Facebook Live yesterday and just receive those messages around how we're really not, no one's broken, and that anything that's emotionally blocking us or challenging us in our love life, those are all things that we can navigate and we can heal, and we can really allow ourselves to come through, and from there attract a really amazing relationship. And today, I just want to talk more about that because I was thinking about all the things that the Love Advantage stands for and what I stand for as a love coach. And it's really important for me to explain that to you, because I think that oftentimes people see me and they think, oh, wow, she's out there. Whoa, she's kind of crazy, or she is super weird, or she's just really a different kind of person. And I struggled with my weirdness and my quirkiness for a really long time, thinking that I just was way too much, and the things that I liked and the way I wanted to be was just way too scary and freaky, and that I would have to hide that in order to find someone who would actually like me, because weirdness is ugly and unlovable. That's really what I thought. And I think we all have our own form of weirdness. And so in my message, I want you to know that I'm here to create the permission and space for you to be you. And that's what I teach. So rather than, people thinking, oh, well, she figured it all out and she found love, and well, I don't look like that. I'm not like this crazy vintage, eccentric, rainbow fairy unicorn freak. I'm something else. And so it's not really that. My goal is just to be me. I mean, I just really want to be able to reach people and just share exactly who I am in each moment. And with the idea that that gives other people permission to do that. So if my craziness repels you away, then I'm probably not the right person to be a teacher for you. But if you're feeling like this message resonates with you, then no matter who you are, I want to help you to be more of that. Because there's no Love Advantage in what I share, there aren't dating rules or things that you have to do or become. This is really just settling into being more and more and more of you. And part of how we do that, and this is really the important teaching, I think, is that it's being able to embrace all of the things. So not just, wow, I'm really talented at this, and I'm an artist and a teacher, and that's what I do really well. It's also about embracing the things that you feel ashamed of, or the things that you can't forgive in yourself, and those harder things that are hard for you to accept, and going through an experience where you start learning to bring all of that together, which is what makes you 100% concentrated in your love genius. And that's what I like to call the love genius, is that mix of the darkness and the light. One of my teachers that I spent 4 days with recently, the amazing Dr. Deb Sandella, who founded the RIM Institute, and that is a practice that I'm bringing into my love coaching practice. That's really all about using our imagination to create this emotional freedom. Sounds super simple, yet it's amazingly profound in the healing it offers. But one thing she shared is that in these sessions, in these RIM sessions, what we find is that when we find those shadow parts, and those shadow parts are often very sensitive and emotional and perhaps have been hiding under the rug for a long time, when we find those and we're willing to welcome that space and go deeper into it and receive it and experience it and really love it. And this is, keep in mind, in a safe space where you have someone who really knows how to work with this, then that is where the pot of gold is. And if any of you have heard my story, itching my nose, I talk about how I repressed my weirdness for decades. And certainly there were spaces where I felt like I could be myself. I was in theater and I was an artist, so I definitely got to show up in those ways part of the time. But then there was a significant amount of my life where I was in corporate America. I had a professional career where I was told I need to dress like a banker, where I had to kind of talk about rule book. There was a big rule book, and I felt like I just really had to be someone I wasn't. And when you think about work, we spend more of our time in our working life than we do outside of it, practically. I mean, we spend a lot of time, let's just say that. I spend a lot of hours sort of playing that role of the good girl at work. And that kind of leaked into my relationship space because I was so used to being successful in my professional career and getting promotions and figuring out, oh, if I want that job, I just need to be what they want. So be that. That seems pretty simple. I was doing that in my love life too. Well, figure out what a man wants. Try to figure that out. Just be what a man wants. And so that was kind of tricky, but I was trying to be all these different things that really weren't in alignment with who I was, and also really disconnected me from my own personal navigation system, my soul that was telling me, wow, this isn't right, or this isn't, I don't like this, or whatever. I was just ignoring it, thinking, well, there's good qualities here. I should like that. Wow, this guy likes me. I may as well like him. Like, let's make this work. So there's really a lot of push and pull, and it was really a difficult way of trying to be in my life. Certainly wasn't fulfilling. And so that is really a big thing that I stand for in my love coaching, is that how can we become more and more of ourselves, so we're not trying to be anything or be stuck in these rules and expectations. And certainly I believe in personal development and practices that help us get there, because when we can get there, then we are our own best teacher. And it usually requires some support to even get there, because we aren't really always aware of these patterns and blocks that are keeping us from ourselves. So the title of this, I said, no boob jobs, no being the Barbie doll, no, I have to follow this diet, no rule books, all of that are really not a part of who I am and what I teach and what the love advantage is and what my clients experience. It's how can we find our own way, and what's really authentic for you is going to be different for me, but the means to get there are quite universal. So that's the piece that I can actually literally hand over to people and guide people through, is how do we get more into our authentic selves and into our truth, and have more fun, really play into love. That's another philosophy I have, is playing into love. How can we do that? Like, wouldn't it be fun? And it is fun, because I see it all the time. So the other things that I would say I stand for are, well, JellO Salad. And I am going to share with you one of the things that I find most amusing is the JellO Salad cookbook. And some of you might not even know what it is if you're really young, but most of us have had a bite or two in our times, either going to office potlucks or church picnics. You know, raise your hands if you've been with the JellO Salad. And here's why I like JellO Salad, because I feel like JellO Salad is the perfect metaphor for the love genius, you know, really coming into our authentic truth. Because have you ever experienced a JellO salad that didn't have cool, awesome ingredients like maybe cherries or pineapple, and also kind of funky, weird ingredients like maybe green olives or tuna? So the JellO gels that together, and that is actually how we are as beings. When we can accept that gelness and bring it all together and be able to see all the different chunks and welcome them and say, hey, if we put all these things together, it might even be even better. So considering that is a truth, right? So I'll just read you a little bit about, let's see. Because really all the messages are great. So here's one of my favorite quotes. It's from the beginning, and it says, bring on the super desserts. And the quote is, I'll bring dessert. Ah, what musical words to the ears of any busy hostess. Super desserts are gelatin desserts with a certain special look. See, we all have a special look that can make a party out of a normal family dinner, or turn a casual get-together with neighbors into a memorable evening. And you know what? This is exactly what I experience my clients go through when they start uncovering and healing and embracing all the parts of them, that their relationships change, because they're now showing up in wholeness, and they're showing up from a place where you or me, we're accepting all that is, And when we can do that, then that allows other people to really see who we are fully. After I did the practices that I teach my clients and really worked on this loving myself completely, I recognized that a whole new caliber of guys started showing up in my life. And then quickly after that, I met my beloved Larry. So what I know is that this really works. And my message to you is stop thinking that you have to become some sort of like Barbie doll or even just a little skinnier or a little more spiritual or a little more successful. No, it's really looking and embracing all that is right now. And certainly that is a spiritual practice. So if you recognize this, and you are ready to stand in all your JellO-ness, then jiggle your way on down to email me or reach out to me, and let's have a conversation about how we can connect and bring the most amazing experience into your life, which is meaningful, blissful, unicorn kind of love. And I mean just the mythical kind of unicorn, not the sort of kinky threesome one that people like to try to remind me of. But really, there is this urban definition that says a unicorn is that kind of person that you really never thought you could have because you didn't think they existed. And you are that for another person. You are someone's miracle. You are that unicorn love for someone. And you get to, the faster you can embrace all of that, the faster your person can find you. So, thanks for listening. Please comment below and share your thoughts. I want to hear from you. And as usual, big happy love to you. And, Gary's not here right now because we're actually having a little bit of a tiff. He was really annoying all day and demanding sausages like 24/7. Just was really getting on my nerves. So anyway, relationships take a little bit of compassion and patience. That's just part of it. So thanks for listening. And we'll see you really soon. Bye. Bye.